What is up, guys? We're back, episode 6. We got Ryan Avila here tonight. Um, Pro driver, you locked in for next year as well. Um, I think the most interesting fact of that is you were on the sim for 10 months before you got your pro license. Kind of talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, I've always wanted to do like esports type, just racing in general, but esports was the main thing because I was either too young to get in a car uh, that I was meant to be racing, or I was too big to fit in one that would fit my racing, like what I had to do. So never really got the chance to do that. Money was a thing, but I mean that's with every part of racing, but I knew I could do good in esports. Just seeing how people go from esports to racing, just like Alex Bergeron, one of the top drivers in Pro Series, drives a real sprint car. Most of those guys do. So maybe one day I can get in a real car and see what I can do. But yeah, I knew this was my thing.
Well, and didn't your family own cars when you were younger too?
Yeah, yeah. My great grandpa, my dad's my dad's side, they raced. They raced when this track wasn't my home track, Lemoore. It used to be called the Thunderbolt, I believe, when it was just barely nothing, and they got started on that, and yeah, I mean, it carried over to now. So
Okay. I,
Anybody in the family still racing or no?
no, just
No.
cousins,
Yeah.
like good cousins.
where at in Cali exactly are you?
Hanford area, so you probably know like Tulare Thunderbolt
Oh,
or
yep.
Keller Auto Speedway.
Yep.
So
Okay.
main World of Outlaw events, yeah.
Do you get to the races quite a bit in the summertime?
Yeah, we used to pit for a team actually, and that kind of got started as well. Uh, he was the one that started us with this racing thing. He wanted to get sim racing and real life racing to like get to know each
Quick.
other, I guess.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, but that's really what kickstarted it. We went to the races almost every single weekend. Got to go to the infield for a World of Outlaw race. So pretty nice.
I'm actually thinking about going to Keller, making the drive out there. I think it's only a couple hours for me and watch the Outlaws when they go this year.
Yeah,
There you go.
pretty nice. Great venue by Peter Murphy. So
I'm glad they didn't shut that place down. That would have been very depressing.
yeah.
Far drive is that for you, Casey?
I want to say maybe like a 3, if I'm right. Just
Not ain't too
depending on
bad.
traffic. It just depends on traffic because around the Nevada border, Cali border, could be really bad. It can get
Right.
really backed up.
Just don't take anything in with you.
No. No.
What's your plans for the off season, Ryan?
Been doing a lot of NASCAR lately. I do want to go for pro and late models. I think I'm not the best in them, but I got the people behind me to get there. Just like
Yeah.
sprint cars, I knew I needed something to get me
Got-
to that level. I knew I
Got
could
the guys to
drive,
help
but
you and back you.
exactly, yeah.
Might as
And
well
I
give it
mean,
a shot.
yeah,
You already
I
got
think
the
we
Pro
could.
Series experience, so that'll help roll over.
Yeah, and most late model drivers are sprint car drivers, so I just haven't
Right.
picked up that two-car ability like they do. But
Not easy.
no, like once you get good in one car, it's just a completely different way of handling, I guess.
Yeah.
What
Those cars
what
are a lot more throttle.
what's your thoughts after being in the Pro Series this year? I mean, how do you like it? I mean, it definitely. I think you made all but what, three features, two features?
I made 7 features out of the 10.
Yeah, so you missed three of them.
It's 3, yeah.
Yep. Okay. Yeah.
So,
What's your thoughts on that?
definitely nervous going into the first night. My dad actually wasn't in town, so my mom was here, of course, but uh, my dad was really the one to get me started and get me going, and he was the one that pushed me like every single day leading up to it. And I was on a phone call with him before the race, and he told me just do my thing. It's like any other race, just normal race. And with 8 of the 9 speed shop drivers, they all made Pro Series, so um, I mean, we're racing each other for money. It's basically like every
Yep.
other race, but more pressure, I guess, to not wreck them or race them cleanly. But no, yeah, that phone call right there before the feature, that's what That's what really helped me, I think.
Give you
So,
that boost of confidence.
Yep.
so now do you guys get paid out for all the spots in the Pro Series, or is it only winner, or how does that work?
Top 10 get money after the season, and then it's first, second, and third for the races.
Okay.
300, 200, and $100. But pretty good payout. I got 13th in the series, so I didn't get any money in the season standings. But yeah, I was definitely in the spot to get a top 10. Just a couple of mistakes on my part.
Yeah. Still locked it in for next year though, which is ultimately the key goal. Don't have to race your
Yeah,
way back in.
I think I know I'm not trying to boost myself that much, but I think I can definitely fight for a top 5 next season. So hopefully that.
I could see it honestly.
Yeah.
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 You were the guy. I feel like you start in the back, but then you start working your way to the front by mid race and start pushing for a top 10.
Yeah, that was it. It was just qualifying. I mean, it goes all the
Yep.
way back to qualifying, and
It's a
I never
huge setup.
qualified in I never qualified in the top 12, so I would never get the top 3 starting spot in the
That sounds
heat.
like me and officials anymore.
And I would always get screwed over. So, but
Yeah, but you were consistent week in and week out, and that ultimately got you where you
yeah,
were.
I think in the first top 5 features, I missed 2 of the 5, and I got top 10s each week. So it's just so hard to get points. It seems like you have to do good in the heat and your feature, which, duh, that's how it is. But
Who ended
There,
up
I don't know, maybe.
who ended up winning the championship?
I
Shell.
think it's
Shell.
Shell.
Shell did.
Yeah.
Is there any tracks that you'd like to see replaced different or replaced with a different one?
I'd definitely like to see Kokomo on the schedule. With that being, my best track, I hold multiple world records there. So I mean,
Yeah.
uh, but
I-
like everyone else is good there too. So I
Yeah.
don't know. You
I
just
do
kind of
like to
factor
see the
that in.
bull rings in there though. It's just a lot more racy and
Short tracks,
puts
they
on a
get
better
worked in
show.
better. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yep.
definitely.
The half
I,
miles get boring. I mean, you got your 3 that are, iconic, but
mhm.
it's old.
With the new notes coming up, I guess we're getting Cali tracks. So been there a couple of times. That'd be pretty cool.
Nice.
Have they announced which one yet though?
Should be KCRP, Kern County Raceway Park.
Okay.
Down here, and I think Attica as well. I'm not too sure on that one
See,
though.
I
Yeah,
can't
I
believe
did
they
see
don't got.
that.
I can't believe they're adding some of these though, and they haven't put Houston's on yet.
Yeah, they need to get Houston on.
I think it's
Silver
coming, but
dollar,
see that?
Yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
Chico.
but
Honestly, dude, put Bloomington
That's
on
what I
there.
thought it would be.
I think that goes back to Kyle Larson a couple years back. I,
Yeah.
I think that's the main reason why.
There's
But
a lot of good Cali tracks, so I know it's hard for them to choose which one.
it's a lot of money too, and I
Yeah.
see why they do that. Dirt oval is not the biggest thing, but like oval, I mean they got Coke as a title sponsor, so
Yeah,
Yeah.
that helped.
that's what's paying for it. I mean everything's gonna be bigger throughout the disciplines, but
Yep.
Yeah.
coming into iRacing, road was my biggest thing that I thought I was gonna get into, and I'm not the best on that either. So I don't
Road
know.
is
I
not
made
easy.
I'll do
no,
the
it's
Dollar
not.
Dash, but that's the only other thing I'll do.
Yeah, I don't know. Dirt was there when I was getting on. It was just broken set is all I can say. Most people are not gonna know what that means until you get
Right.
in depth in the racing. But um, I was never going back to it. All you guys are on FSI, and that's where I started out at. So uh, when I was on FSI, that's when the game really changed. Kind of when I got into it, about 4 months in, they made a big update, and that's what well everyone had to restart, and I was brand new to it. So I do think that factors in is how I got so good so easy. Everyone
Yeah,
restarted.
it helped out.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, and see, that's like we were talking earlier. That's kind of the crazy thing is I didn't realize because when I first met you, like I said, I was announcing High Roller. I was honestly you were one of my favorite guys to watch. Gunner, even you guys put on battles with Colby almost every week, and it was like, okay, who is this kid? Well, all of a sudden, me, you, and Dylan Waxtall are racing almost every night. And then all of a sudden, I just didn't hear from you anymore. And I'm like, okay, wonder where he's at now. Next thing I know, I see you in the Pro Series, and I'm like, oh, that shithead. Okay, I see what he did here.
I'll always remember that message that you sent me before it would have been round one Volusia. That was pretty nice to hear because I haven't been talking with you guys. But
Yeah, no,
now it's
dude.
over. I mean that 10 weeks went so fast.
It did. Flew
It
by.
really
yeah.
did.
See, and
Like Casey, I was talking to you almost every single night about it.
Yeah.
So
well, I miss when you guys were racing because it made our weeks, I think, go by faster with officials. Because it was like,
yeah,
okay, we'd race a couple races before the Pro Series. You guys would race, we'd maybe race one or two, and then it was, all right, now we had something to look forward to the next week instead
Yeah,
of just
we always
track
had a watch
change.
party, you know.
yeah.
Yep.
I know most of the discords I'm in, they stream the pro races and uh even iRacing in general, they stream them of course and they pull views, so that's always good to see your name on there. I guess it's
Yeah, it's a different
I,
feeling.
I think the couple races I watched on the Pro, I think they reached like 1,000 viewers or so at one point on YouTube, if I'm right.
yeah.
Yep.
I
Like,
think
while it was live.
when well, my Knoxville being my best race, I went 17 to 6 and I was on the cover like the Facebook
Yep,
kind
I
of
saw
poster.
that.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
I would have lost it.
Yeah. It's hard to take in being recognized. Like I'm 15 years old, no one knows who I am, and like no one knew who I was, and now I made it. And now I have something to look forward to in officials. Like people know me, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
But even my friends, like from school, I don't talk to them about this. They don't know anything about racing.
Yeah.
There's a teacher that I got a good relationship with, and he kind of talks about dirt and stuff like that. But it's pretty cool to get along with people that know what you're talking about.
Well, and
Yep.
I think too. I mean, it'd have been cool as shit knowing you're going to school. You're 15 years old. Like, yo, I'm a pro iRacer. In my mind,
No, yeah,
still, it's no different than Ninja. You know, being a pro video gamer. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Just on a different base. Is yo, I'm a pro video gamer, and who knows where it's
You
gonna
got the
take me
title.
someday? Yeah, you got the title.
Yeah.
And I mean,
Yep.
you can make a living off this. There's guys
Exactly.
like, but I do get it. Road and oval are the two biggest things of course, and they have chartered teams that you have to get signed with to make the Pro Series. And I
Right.
mean, they're getting contracts. They're getting paid weekly to race, which is
Yeah.
on a video game. Like,
Yep.
Yeah, Colby, step up
I
your
don't know.
game if you're listening.
Yeah.
I want a paycheck every week.
That just blows me away. Like you got the real life teams looking at these Pro Series drivers, knowing that they're gonna go somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It gives
Just
them an
that thought
opportunity to
there.
possibly just get in a real car, even.
Yeah. Before the
Oh.
Pro Series, there was a couple of talks going on about a couple of the World of Outlaws, like beginner teams, that you could say, are looking at these guys. But in my mind, that's insane. It's
Yeah.
a video game, so
Um,
or a sim, as some people like to call it.
Also, anybody watching at home, go ahead, blow the chat up. If you guys got questions to ask Ryan, go ahead, type it. We'll bring it up, talk about it. Ryan, I don't know if you shared the live stream, on your page yet.
I
But
think we did. Yeah.
You did. Okay. I was
Yeah.
gonna
My
say.
dad runs all that, so
Okay. Dude, look
go.
at him go. He's 15 years old. He's already got a media guy
Okay.
and everything.
Okay.
Holy crap. So hold on.
That's the thing.
Here's the real question. If you would have won the championship, how much of a cut did your dad say you had to give him?
Oh, I don't know. I don't think we ever talked about that.
Yeah, I'm
check
racing for free.
check would have came and Ryan would have never
Yeah.
seen it. No, I'm just kidding.
I definitely got to give all the credit to him and my mom. That's without them. I mean, I would have never met you guys. Without
Yep.
the guy who started me racing on the computer, I don't know. It just changed so fast. Like 10 months when I made the Pro Series, I was blown away by what I could do, and I could hop in a race and I could get beat knowing I'm a pro, and it sucks getting beat, but that just comes along with racing.
And
Yeah.
You
it,
have a
You're not gonna
title.
win them all.
and it humbles
Yeah.
you in the long run. It really
Yeah.
does.
For sure. Like, uh, and when was this? A couple weeks ago, I was racing for $50, I think, and a check came with it. So, well, I mean, I could hung it right there, and
Yeah.
we could have had it for this, and I lost it on the final corner. I was pretty blown away by it.
Wow.
That just shows you like how good other people are, but they don't have the chance to get in the Pro Series with someone backing them up.
Yep.
Right.
So very fortunate for Clayton Tilley to put me on, and all those guys helping me.
Yeah. And it's not easy, getting into the Pro Series. That qualifier, it's not easy.
No,
Especially if you're a guy
definitely
with lower I rating, they go off, all the different splits, and it's not
yeah.
easy.
I remember a couple messages back. I just looked at them before this, and Tilly was messaging me like, "Do you want to go to second split or top split?" And he decided second split was the best thing for me to do. And by the third week, I was in top split.
Yeah.
I top 5 the last 4 races. So
Nice.
just pretty consistent, and that's what you need to. That's what you need to be
Yeah.
good.
Well,
You
I
know,
mean,
those top fives, that's my main goal, even, officials every time.
Yeah.
Like,
With the
yeah, I want to win, but those top fives, they pay off. It's going to come.
Yeah, with the eye reading system they have, safety even, but
Yep.
that just comes with luck, I say. But
Yeah.
nah, man, that's skill. I've gained safety every race I've been in this week.
eh,
Chilling in the back.
Dude, we went to port and I looked at the names in there and I'm like, yep, this is gonna be a shit show. Sure
Yeah.
enough, it was a shit show. I hung out in the back far enough that I wasn't gonna get caught up in it, but I wasn't gonna get lapped. And I worked my way up to 5th the first night, 7th the second night,
yeah,
and I'm like,
I did the opener with Colby actually, and I was in the call with him, and it was a 5K SOF. So us pro drivers with high I rating need those high SOFs to gain I rating back.
Yeah.
So I mean, a couple weeks ago I was at 6,000 I rating, and I on my part I wrecked out a couple races and I lost 500 in 2 days.
Jeez. Yep.
So
And
those
we've all been there.
5Ks and yeah. I know, like we were just talking about him, Joey Lingeron. He was at like 7,500, I think, and
Yeah.
just unfortunate, really.
Yep.
Yeah,
well,
you get those higher I ratings, and it's like you almost have to first or second every race to maintain it.
Yeah. And
It's like-
I rating, how I see it, I rating means nothing about skill. It's
No.
about being lucky.
Yep.
Like,
Yeah.
you just have to finish the race and you gain.
Yep.
Alright, he's just a number to me.
There you go. Yeah.
you're such a liar. I'm calling
Yeah,
your
yeah.
I'm calling your
You're such a
bullshit right
liar.
now because as soon as the race is over, first place you go and it's damn, I lost this much I rating or oh, I gained this much. So
And then
don't
what do
even
I-
don't even
No,
with
then
the
no,
it's only
then
a
what do I say
number.
what do I say afterwards? Oh well, I'll go get it in the next one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or oh, I guess I'll take it. And it's like
And then
you don't
there's
have a
Bradley.
choice to take it or not, dude.
And then here's Grover. Well, I didn't go anywhere.
My favorite's Bradley after he loses. Oh, I guess I'll go gain it all back in 305s.
I will say
That was
though,
my favorite.
Oh, I
when
could not do 305.
No.
when I first got on the team, I was at 20 or 1900
You're
or
like 19 or 2K, somewhere around
yeah.
there.
Now I'm struggling with getting over that 3200 hump. Every time I get right at it, I get. Me and you have been trading,
Yep.
Ashton, the last 3 weeks, and
Yeah, I hit 35, and then I just sat there and fluctuate now between 3,000 and
Yeah.
3,300.
Yeah, I had that too. I couldn't get past 4K and out of DE class. Like that was my two main things. It was just I was getting wrecked, but it wasn't enough. With me gaining and then you get to that point where you know you can do it, and I got to 5K and then I got to 6K and I'm like, but then at that point qualifiers are around, so you're gonna start losing it again because
Yep.
there's certain guys in there that are gonna beat you.
see, and I was
'Cause they've
told
been doing it so
too.
long.
I was told too with the qualifiers, like I ran a couple of them last year, and I did pretty decent in them. But like towards the end of it, I ran a couple more, and there was only 20, 30 guys registered for it.
Yeah.
So I was told
Yeah.
like as long as you run all of them, because you get what, one drop week.
Yep.
Yeah,
Um,
one, but you never want to use that.
Yeah.
No.
That's something you have to rely on for like internet or something or
Yep.
Some
Well,
malfunction.
Well, and that was my
Yeah.
problem, Ashton. You know how it is. Casey, you know how it is. I'll be like, oh hey, I'll get up in an hour. I'll go lay in bed, and I'll wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning, and then
Yeah.
be up half the day. Well, that's what happened. I'd be like, oh, I'm gonna
Yeah.
take a quick nap before this pro qualifier. I'd wake up at 11 o'clock, and I'm like, are you kidding me right now? I just missed it. And so I was like,
Yeah.
whatever. But everybody's like, dude, even with your I rating, go run them all because you might just get lucky and barely make the cut. And I'm
Mhm.
like, well, I
Tanner-
guess that's
Tanner
what I'm gonna
Miller.
do next
As
season.
I say, Tanner Miller he's at what 3,000 some I rating. He's
Yeah.
still
Yeah. It was one that blew me away to make it. I mean,
Yeah.
no shame on him. Hey, he did it.
Yeah.
He put the work in. He worked his ass off to get that spot.
Yeah,
Yep.
he did.
That's what it takes. You can't slack when you do that stuff.
Well,
And
and
that's
you,
the thing. Like you said, I rating don't mean anything. Look at Tanner Miller. I mean, he'll pass me at some tracks.
Yeah.
He'll get around me. He's fast.
well,
And
now that
everyone
I'm
has that
ready-
one track. So
Yep.
like when the track goes there for officials, you'll see one guy run every single race, and he'll stay at the same I rating because some other people are better than him or worse than him. So
Maybe
Yeah.
Bristol.
Bristol's Bristol's one of those tracks where it's just luck, I think.
Dude, I love
Yeah.
Bristol.
I got lucky this year and actually gained a lot from Bristol, but last season, no, I lost a lot.
Yeah.
It just hit or miss. And it's like Port this week. Like I do really well in 360s there, and I struggle in 410s.
So there's me. I think I can't remember what track we were on around the February, like the beginning of February, but I went up to like 5,000, almost 5,700, just because of the track I liked, and now I'm back to 5,100 because
Yeah.
just certain tracks I need to work on.
Well, my biggest thing is I need to learn how to run the top.
Yeah.
It takes time though, too.
It takes time.
It's not easy first.
Oh, what's nice like about you, like I've talked to Colby about this before. Like you run in the bottom, and you say you perfect the bottom, and then you start trying to run the top. You always have that fallback.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep.
Well, and I mean,
Just like
So-
me.
you've seen it, Ashton. How many times will I can see you coming on the top, or
Yeah.
whatever, or I'll catfish you guys on the bottom. I did it to Casey at Cedar Lake,
Yes,
and
he did.
Casey was banging the boards on the top, and I'm like, screw this, dude. I can't get up there. I'll end up parking it in the beer garden. Like, there's no way.
Yep.
And so I
And
just
that's just-
catfish the bottom.
That's
Just
just
doing
the
what's
thing.
comfortable.
That's just the thing when it comes to racing. There's always going to be multiple lines, but you have to be good at one of them. You can't
Yep.
just alternate. Like, even if the top's not in, I'll run it in. I'll be the only car up there, and I'll get screwed out of it because I'm on a top set,
Yeah.
a top setup. So I can't go to the bottom because I'll just
It's
jump
just
it. I'll
gonna be
get too
terrible.
tired.
Yeah.
That's funny
That
too,
was-
because not this last Lima Land 410 race, but I think the season before, me and Ryan front row almost every race, and either way.
And you were running the top, and I'm on the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, and the
That's one of
only
those
I
tracks. You know, it's 2 lanes. Both are fast.
Yeah.
And it's just who can run it better, or who has the better luck that race.
well,
I'll
we-
get 3 laps, and then Ryan will get me the last 4 or 5.
Yeah.
you know, we talk about the king of the bottom. You know, someone who's perfected it numerously was a team owner for us three now, and when Ryan was on, that's Colby.
Yep.
That whole first season of High Roller, and you can vouch for this one, Ryan. Colby was on the bottom every single lap.
Yeah. Back to Kokomo for High Roller Season 1. Me and him started front row of heat, and he went straight to the bottom. That's just something you never expect on that tacky of a
Yep.
track, and especially Kokomo, because that's the top track the whole time, and
Yeah.
it just came
And he
in.
will pull you. He will.
Oh, yeah.
He will
Yeah.
pull you.
Yep.
For sure.
You gotta
I learned
run that
that-
fine line.
Well, when
but
he did that to me
he's
at
got it.
Kokomo, the one race, I was like, "Oh,
Dude.
Colby, I'm catching you!" And there he goes to the bottom. He's
Yeah,
gone.
but
No.
Kokomo is Colby's track.
Yeah.
If you can beat Colby at Kokomo, you're doing something right.
Yeah.
yeah,
See, I hated Kokomo and Fairbury, and then I got on FSI and listening to Colby and some of the other guys, I actually became fond of those 2 tracks just because they taught me how to run the bottom at both of them.
And
Now I love them.
And I'm not gonna lie, just back to Fairbury, I ran, I kind of based my set off of Colby's set. That just shows you, like, I don't know, he was that good at building a bottom set that
Oh yeah,
and they're dialed.
you can always rely on it. So
I
Yep.
will say his Williams Grove set we had this season. If you
Was-
hit the
yeah.
bottom,
Yeah.
you were moving.
Yep.
And-
yeah, he blew my doors off a couple of times there,
Definitely. Yeah.
pretty bad, and the top just dies. But
Yeah.
It does.
yeah, I don't know, just it kind of doesn't make sense what it does. You can run multiple lines and still be slower than the bottom.
Well, and see
Yeah.
what's crazy to me is, I mean, there's times I've started right behind all three of you in a feature, and when I say right behind, I'm talking right behind. I'll follow the same line you guys do, and I can't do nothing with it. Casey, for instance, you and me at Knoxville when I was with BBR,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I threw that haymaker on you. I ran the top all race there, completely perfect, everything.
Yeah.
And then, but I couldn't catch you, so I had to throw a haymaker on you. I thought I did clear, I did clear it. I just parked myself was all.
Yeah.
But okay, so let's talk about this. We're talking to other guys and stuff. You've been on the sim a year now. Who, when you see their name in a race, who are you like, I gotta beat this guy. I can't let him, like, just a friendly rivalry.
Um, I don't know. There's so many people, but I definitely got to say a teammate. Like
Yeah.
Yep.
you're in a call with them, and you don't want to wreck them, but you want to race them clean. But if you can beat a teammate that's on the same set as you, you know and you guys go
Yeah.
1-2. That's the best feeling, I say.
Yep.
Yep.
But I'd say the high I rating guys because they're trying to gain, and I mean you're trying to beat them. So,
Yeah.
but there's certain guys out there. There's too many of them to name off though. But yeah, I guarantee you guys go into there and you'll know who it is. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just that's just how the community works. There's so
Yep.
many people that race the same officials every single day that they either have a bad reputation or they know they're good at that track and they can beat you, but they don't like you. So I don't know. There's so many people that just race that.
And I can second that. It's like I'll tell these two, I'm like, don't make it easy for me. Like race me. Like do
Yep.
not
Oh, for sure. Yeah,
give me a challenge.
that's
I want to
that's
get
the
better.
main thing.
You
Racing as
know,
hard as you
we'll
can.
go in races and see people we don't want to race, but we're all in there, like teammates together. And I hate losing more to my teammates than I do to those people I can't stand.
Right.
Exactly.
But we're
Nothing
pushing
worse.
each other. Yeah,
Nothing
like, we're
worse than
pushing
losing to
each other.
Grover.
Well,
Yeah.
Oh, dude, like him and Joe at Lucas, like both of them, just
Yeah.
pinching me every time, running off the bottom. But it was hard racing, and but I was so frustrated afterwards. But
Who,
I was
me?
happy to see, yeah, you and Joe. But I was happy to see you, you were working it. You were right there.
Well, and see, for
So
me,
it's always fun.
Talking teammates, coming through the ranks with BBR, it seemed like I was either racing you or Alan every
Yep.
single race, and so it just became where I started hanging out with you. I started coming over, hanging out in the FSI Discord, and it was pretty soon things were falling apart already at BBR at that time. So I was like, I'm done with this, whatever. I'm just gonna go be a free agent. Well, then found myself in your guys' Discord every single night, and I
Yep.
was always chasing your tail tank. I finally got to the point where Alan was always chasing mine, I was always chasing yours, and it just then you immensely went with I rating, so I never got to be in races with you anymore. So it was then again me and Alan 1 and 2, and I'm like, okay. So then when I got to them top splits, I was like, cool, I get to chase Ashton's tail tank once again. But like last night, Lernerville, me and Alan are sitting there. I really, honestly, dude, we were fighting for last place. Like I sucked at Lernerville last night. I was just there for safety, but white flag or caution comes out lap 29, so we only get one lap to try and do it. And I told Alan, I said, I'm gonna wreck you for this spot. Like point blank, I'm gonna wreck you for this spot. And he goes, okay, go for it. I don't care. And I'm like, sweet.
I will say though, I think the most fun races I've had with you, Ryan, has probably been heat racing at Lima, and then the one feature at Lucas, where I think I was ripping just right through the middle of the slit.
Yeah.
I was like, holy crap, I'm catching Ryan.
It never fails though. If there's a race and I'm in front of Ryan, he started like, say he got taken out or something, or start the feature and he's starting behind me. I'm just waiting. Where's Ryan?
Yeah.
Yep.
Where's Ryan? Oh, there he goes.
And that's the thing about having a title like a pro or high I rating, or they know you because you're good, or you can pull something off, and that's a pretty good feeling when someone's looking out for you, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, I'm the same way with Tanner.
Oh,
he gets in a race and he won't even qualify. There's sometimes he won't even run the heat and he'll start in the back on purpose. And I'm like, all right, when's the time? Where's Tanner? Nope, here he comes.
Yeah,
there he
goes. He's going through the field.
Yeah, so it's like, there's guys on your team and there's other guys in the sim with that higher I rating where they start in the back. It's just a matter of when am I going to see them.
Yeah.
And that was Joey at Lernerville earlier. Same thing.
Yeah. We've been kind of helping him. He kind of is kind of getting back into sprint cars, so been racing with him a lot. So.
Yeah, and I always when I get into servers, I always look for I could care less, honestly. I wouldn't say anymore, but more of I wouldn't care less just for the wrecking balls. I'm like, okay, well, this kind of gives me a chance. How am I going to get around them? How am I going to race them? Yeah. I always look for the high I rating guys. I'm like, okay, it's a challenge. See where I stand and see what I need to do to get better. Tanner
test the setup.
Yeah.
Looked like
That's the main thing.
it looked like a flamingo flying by in the background because you pink shorts.
It was Jordan or Haven.
That was Jordan. She's like, I
Uh,
hate when your camera's on because then they can see me. I'm like, just go fast. It looked like the chicken in Fortnite running across.
Go Turbo, go!
Let's actually talk about that a little bit. So, you ever gonna try to go pro in Fortnite too? Because if I recall, all you need is 2 hammers, an AR, and a shotgun, and you leave with a 40 kill game.
Yeah. I was like, I can't. I was think I was maybe 9 years old. I don't even know when the game came out. 2018,
Yep.
maybe.
I think it was like 7. Yeah, maybe 7.
It was
maybe
17 or
17.
18.
7. Yes, yeah, it's been out for a long time.
And me and my friend we're just good. Like, I don't know. Maybe because my dad played a lot of video games growing up. My mom even like that's just what ran in the family. Just like a game night or something. Like play with your family, and that was.
Yep.
I just caught on so easy. It's just easy to become good at something when you know what to do.
Yep, it came out July 21st, 2017.
Yeah, so I was 9 years old, and I played almost every single day.
God, I was 16.
Did you
That's insane.
did you ever think like at that time like, oh, I want to go be a pro video gamer for something like that?
Yeah, I definitely say it wasn't Fortnite though, because that's just you could get so unlucky. But that's with any game.
Yeah.
It's definitely Call of Duty. My dad played a lot of Call of Duty with him and himself and his friends. And when I was like growing up, we used to play together. That was the main thing.
Yep.
Just like I don't know, just bonding, I guess. But and playing something we love to do, just play video games.
That was
Well,
me and my dad in Mario Kart.
Dude,
Yeah, exactly. We still play that. Like that's
Yeah.
just the thing that you look forward to, I guess.
that
Dude, my
was
dad always would drink while we played. Now I get drunk with him and play it.
There you go. Yeah.
me and my dad used to play the World of Outlaws 2002 game.
Yep.
We'd play Madden. He quit playing Madden with me though because he called a timeout. He had to use the bathroom. I unpaused it and scored a touchdown while he was in the bathroom. And he told me he was never playing with me again. So he hasn't played a video game with me since then. I think I was 11 or 12 at the time.
Oh, man.
But then I had
So evil.
then I had a little brother. We're 7.5 years apart. So my parents are always like, "Oh, let him play." So you got the old PS2, and I would pretend like I was plugging in his controller. I'd hide it underneath the
Yep.
PlayStation and make it seem like he was playing. And or it was, "Oh, you gotta let him win. You gotta let him win." I'm like, he's never gonna get good if I let him win. Now I
Yeah.
go over to my parents and I play games with him. We were playing MLB The Show. Shoot, probably a month ago. Dude nailed 6 home runs in a row on me. He's like, keep hanging him over the plate, and I'm like, all right. So I hung another one over the plate. Yep, gone. I'm like,
I
all
was
right.
with my stepdad. We always played the show, and then I killed him one day so bad he threw the controller. He's like, I'm not playing you anymore.
Dude, that's how my brother gets. My brother just rage. I mean, I can't say anything. I did it the other night on Fortnite. My controller got chucked. But no, dude, he rages hard, especially when it's with me versus somebody else that he doesn't know, because it's just a brotherly rivalry. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So talking
Makes it better.
siblings, you got any siblings, Ryan?
I don't.
No,
It's
only
only
child.
child.
Me too.
Sweet. You are not. Don't you have a brother?
Well, growing up, I was an only child. They're all
Oh,
step.
okay. Okay. I was gonna say, what, you guys adopt him when he was 25?
Yeah, it wasn't until I was about Ryan's age that I had siblings.
Okay. Oh yeah, I forget you're like 40.
Shut up, I am not.
Yeah, no sibling.
I'm 40. I'm looking good.
It's a good thing to have no siblings so you get everything, but that's the thing about growing up. Most that's just I don't know.
Well,
Yeah.
and for you too. I mean, like, for me growing up, because I'm 25, I didn't have online games. Like, you
Mhm.
had to have either a
Yep.
buddy or a friend come over if you wanted to play multiplayer. You at least gotta, you could jump online and meet new people and talk that way.
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly. And that's one good thing about iRacing is you guys can all get along about one specific thing, dirt cars in
Yep.
general. That's
Yeah.
just
We
you
we
can
can
go
all hate
on.
the same people too.
Yeah,
There you go.
that's one of the best parts of iRacing. I've met so many people because of it. I've met all
Yeah.
of you guys because of it.
Mhm.
Well, now we're planning a trip in July.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's
Yeah.
just
I think we're gonna go to one of the big races in Tulare, the Trophy Cup, and we're gonna go with a couple of my teammates.
yeah,
That's the thing you look forward to. Like,
yep,
Yep.
it's not all about racing, it's all about having fun. That's
Yeah.
just the main thing.
Well, and I think
Well,
too.
Tanner's pretty close to you, isn't he?
Yeah, about 3 hours. Joey's
Yeah.
up there too. Not a teammate, but
Right.
pretty good
Good
friend.
friend. Yep.
Well, and I think too the biggest thing is for like me, you guys aren't just a team, anymore. It's like family because my fiance will jump in here and she'll visit with you guys on the headset while I'm doing something else,
Yep.
Mhm.
and it's
Yeah,
like it's not just a teammate. It's to me, you guys are family,
Yep.
you
yeah.
know.
And those are the nights that are fun,
Yeah.
Like Friday nights that you hop on, you have someone to talk to. You're not like lonely.
Yeah.
Like, I don't
Yeah.
know.
I don't,
You
I
You can
can
don't.
race
always
with
get
your
in
friends.
Discord with
Like that.
someone.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah.
I don't think there's ever. I mean, there's not an hour in the day you can jump in the FSI Discord and there's always somebody in there. Whether it's
Mhm.
Hannah because he works nights, so he's up all day or all morning, or Sunday mornings we get on and Colby's on at like 3 o'clock in the morning
Mhm.
Yeah.
because he's getting up. But we always got somebody to talk to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, Talking about trying to race for pro in the oval. Where are you sitting right now with that, class wise?
I think pretty close to A class. Not a good I rating, probably 1600. So only gained about 300 over the year. But main thing was dirt oval, so I never really touched
Yeah.
something different until it was over.
Yep.
Now I got free reign. I can do whatever I want until it starts back up. So
Yeah.
that's about another year. So that just shows you. Well, but if you and there's multiple pro series for dirt, so
Yeah.
Yep.
that's the good thing about that too.
Um, Talking about running multiple classes, how much stuff do you own on iRacing? Do you own quite a bit? Because
Yeah, I own quite a
I
bit.
was gonna say because I know right now with me doing the broadcasting, I'm at that 40%.
Uh
So I didn't know kind of where you're at. Like I own
huh.
everything for oval for car wise that I need to own.
Yeah,
Obviously I don't own multiple cars,
Right.
but I've thought about buying them all just because then I have them. But no, I'm at that 40%, so I didn't know kind of where you were sitting or.
that's something I don't like about iRacing. You have to own the car and the track to watch the race.
Mhm.
Yeah, I
They
don't like that either.
and that's just more money that we don't need to spend. Like
Mhm.
I was one of my good sponsors, 213 Simmer. You broadcast the league about him. That's and I wanted to go in there and watch, and I couldn't because I didn't own the track. That I don't know. That didn't make sense to me when I first got the game. Like I don't know, but
Jump
I
on
mean
the
now,
stream.
yeah, there you go.
They were last
And
night.
that
You missed a good finish last night.
yeah, I seen it on there, but like I had something to watch for dirt, and I
Yep.
own all that stuff, so I was already in there and looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Well, now Tony does an awesome job with that 213 simulator. I mean, I talked with him a little bit after talking with you that night about how he literally will set you up your website and then they just take the money that it costs to whatever and they send you the
Yeah.
difference.
Yep.
And, speaking of that, what do you got going on with that right now, Ryan? Talk a little bit about your
Uh,
merch.
just got some t-shirts. I'm not too sure what I have on there, but
I saw a
um,
T-shirt and a sweatshirt.
t-shirt and
Poster,
sweatshirt maybe.
the
Yeah.
flags on
Or,
there.
yeah, flag. Got just simple stuff. And there's
Yeah.
200 drivers sponsored, so and he's making all that, and he's making money off it, and we're making money off of it.
Yep.
Yeah.
So anyone can load up the website and buy something, and they can benefit the driver, and they can benefit the website itself. So,
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, and
but
Which is
and
he's
cool.
super fast to respond. So if anybody
oh
listening
yeah,
is looking to set your own website up for your own iRacing gear or really anything, head on over to 213 somewhere. Tony is awesome to work with. He's awesome as a league owner to work with for sure.
Was that truck league?
No, that's the Cup League on Tuesdays.
Oh, okay.
He because I was talking with him and I was like, well, shoot, what would be kind of cool is if we did our podcast and did t-shirts or hoodies for the podcast, get
Yep.
erect podcast shirts, and then on the back it have your number, Casey's YouTube logo, my Backstretch
Everyone's
Gaming,
stuff.
everyone's stuff, and then not only
Yep.
that, but we could do our own little store off of that. So if someone just wants to get a Backstretch Gaming shirt
Yep.
or just an Ashton Mueller shirt or whatever, we could
Yep.
easily set something up that way.
Easily, yeah.
And we don't got to pay for it. You know what I mean? Because what you
Right.
do is, he sets it up, and then say you go on and you want a Backstretch Gaming shirt, you pay him whatever, and then he takes out his cut, sends whoever set it up the rest of the cut.
Yeah.
So really, you'd be getting it half off because I just send you your money back.
Pretty much. But no, it's a good deal.
It's a really good deal. Road. When you talk road, road. Are you talking dirt road? Or are you talking pavement road that you were thinking that's what you were gonna get into when you first started?
Pavement Road. On the PS4, they got the F1 series. Growing up, I was say esports level on that as well, and then we got started in the computer, and I had no time to put effort into that as well. So I kind of
Yeah.
just dipped out on that, and in my luck, we got good on this sim, and it just planned out. It just happened, just automatically, and I think that I had some of my friends from the PS4 days when I was 8 to 10 when I was really on and getting competitive. Uh, they watch me now, so that's pretty cool to know.
Who I mean, you talk family watching you and stuff like that. Do you got quite a bit of friends at your school that know kind of what you do or when they watch you? No, you're
none.
just like you're like Hannah Montana, dude. They know you as Miley
Yeah.
Cyrus. They
Yeah.
don't know you as Hannah Montana.
Yeah. I don't. Maybe it's because like they're just not into that like I
Yep.
am. So
Yeah.
it
Yeah,
really would not make sense. So
I could second that. Where I used to live, dirt racing. I mean, you live in a small town, everyone knows about dirt racing. Then you move out here, like to Vegas, and you're like, huh?
Yeah,
Oh,
where it's
yeah.
not as popular.
Yep.
Yeah. Like I went to the dirt track here. I think. What was it last week? I went Ashton. That I
Yeah,
said?
when you watched the modifieds
2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
2 weeks ago.
It was freezing. It's just because I've adapted the weather out here, and there's just nobody in there.
Yeah, speaking
Yeah,
of
it
that,
shows a picture of the stands, just nothing.
speaking of that, Preston, if you're listening, congrats on the win, man. My old boss got a win down there. I called him on
Yeah.
his way back, and he's like, yeah, I forgot to draw 2 nights in a row. So
Yeah, I had to bail out. It was cold. I mean, and it wouldn't have been cold if the wind wasn't blowing. Like if the wind wasn't blowing, it would have been fine. But
well,
Yeah.
sounds like
Yeah.
sounds like back home, Casey.
yeah, exactly. It does. It looks like you
And that's
adapt
the
to
thing.
like 100-degree weather, and you're just like, oh, this is cold. I
But
hate
then it like adapts to the racetrack. Like wind would screw a racetrack up if it was cold,
Yeah.
but the
Yep.
heat too. And that
Yo,
like I don't know that
Vegas is hard.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's when you get started on learning about the racetrack, and then you know a guy that runs a car. You get started on knowing about a car.
Yeah.
And that's how Grover, like these kids are from Wyoming and North Dakota when you see them running around in shorts, and I'm sitting
Yeah.
here in a jacket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that was like me in Florida, dude. We went down there for Christmas, and it was 34 degrees out, and everybody's like looking at me weird because I'm walking around in a Hawaiian shirt, shorts, and sandals.
Yeah.
And they're like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's negative 30 where I'm from right now, so
Yep.
I'm ready to go
is
swimming."
This is
That-
Arizona.
yeah. That's the thing they gotta coast 3 hours away, and
Yep.
like we go over there and everyone's in sweatpants, jeans, like just getting all warm, and we come in, we're wearing shorts and a like a sweater.
Yep.
That's the
Yeah.
main thing.
That's
Yeah.
me right there, 24/7 shorts and a hoodie.
Well, what I thought
Yeah.
was really funny was so North Dakota, South Dakota, Midwest, it's super windy here. Like all the
Yeah.
time. Like we got our average during the day is 15-mile-an-hour winds.
Mhm.
Which to us is nothing. Like that's not bad
Yeah.
because
It's not.
our bad one is 60, 70-mile-an-hour
Yep.
winds.
Like yeah,
And-
where I grew up, like you're like, oh, it's windy.
Yeah.
Like, oh well.
And so me and Jordan went down to eat breakfast that morning at one of the restaurants, and the wind's blowing 15 miles an hour, if that, and
Yeah.
a little bit of rain, and you can see the clouds coming in. Like you knew a thunderstorm was coming, and we're sitting there eating, looking out on the beach. We're sitting outside, and they're like, "You guys gotta get inside. Come inside and eat. Hurry up, come inside. It's storming out." And I'm like,
Yeah.
if you guys are calling this a storm, I'm convinced hurricanes aren't that bad. Like, there's
live
no
in
way,
Florida.
like, there's no way hurricanes are that bad if they're thinking that was a storm.
Right.
It's gonna blow everything over, but 15-mile-an-hour winds.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we just had the 70-mile-an-hour winds here. Like say, and I walked.
With
I was like,
dust.
man, yeah, with dust and rain, and I'm like, oh, it kind of feels like back home.
You're getting a different kind of snow.
Yeah, well, yeah, it snows here. It's the end of the world. And I was like, what is this? I'm like,
So have you
it's just-
lived anywhere other than Cali then, Ryan?
No.
Have
we
you ever
just-
seen snow then? Like in
Yeah.
person?
Yeah, the mountains. About 2 hours away, I'd say.
Okay.
Oh,
'Cause
you
I
don't
know.
even get
Pretty
it.
close. We're like right in the middle of California. As middle as you can get. The bottom of
Yeah.
it. It's
The,
middle of everything.
the
You go
only
one way,
reason-
there's something over there. So
okay. The only reason I ask is because Jordan's sister's boyfriend is from North Carolina, and he came up here around Thanksgiving, and he had never seen snow before.
yeah,
Um,
I don't think I seen snow until I was like, well, like really new. Like I was like I don't know, a teenager, I'd say, and then
Mhm.
I seen snow, and I mean we haven't got snow since years ago.
So
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you crap here. What do you classify as a teenager?
13. Yeah, prime time right now, 15. So.
Puberty.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at that mustache he's got sharpied in on his lip. better go get the cat to lick it off.
oh,
That was the main thing for Pro Series, is like having a camera, and then they require
Yeah.
it. If you don't have one, you don't get any time. Like
Nope.
even on the racetrack, they will not show your car at all. So
Crazy.
that was a big thing in like the Discord. That there's a Pro Series Discord that they have. Only certain people are allowed in there. I mean, they give out information that no one else knows, that
Oh.
only us pro drivers know. And there's only, I mean, I could check. It's right here. And the people who don't qualify are all kicked out. So there's only 15 drivers in here.
Oh,
And-
jeez.
Couple admins. So that's a good feeling too, I could say. But
Yeah.
definitely like nerve wracking, because you have that responsibility with you. You can't leak anything. You have to hold your license. So.
So now when you're sitting in there, can you sit in there as a team, or do you have to be in your own individual?
They actually require TeamSpeak. Before Discord, TeamSpeak used to be the main thing. That used to be the Discord.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's what they require. They can listen in on you without you knowing. So
Oh, jeez.
Yep.
if you're talking crap about someone, they can hear you and like report
Well,
it.
I'm
So.
not gonna qualify for pro. No, I'm just
Yeah.
kidding.
Actually, round 9, so Wheatsworth, second to last race, TeamSpeak crashed. Their whole server died. They had no access to it. They couldn't get any information out. And so the broadcast lost all hearing, which is pretty weird, and we had to go all the Discord. And like, I think it was Tanner or Aiden was in a heat race, and it threw him completely off. It says, well, I don't know what it says. It says like disconnects from server or something, and he wrecked. Like, we were coaching him, and it wrecked, and like it died on him, and he can't hear us anymore.
Oh,
Yeah.
jeez.
Oh,
It threw him off so much, and that's a money spot, right? Like,
Yeah.
Yep.
And you're
don't know.
allowed what, a spotter in Pro Series, and that's it.
yeah, anyone can watch.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like join the series if you're friends with them on your friends list. Anyone can join.
Yeah.
That's the thing too. If you have the spotting ability turned on, they can grab your setup.
Yep. We all know that. We have it locked.
We have all of ours locked.
And one of our guys didn't, and someone was spectating. Fortunately enough, I don't think so. It got out. So, but that was a
See,
Yep,
and
that
I
was
didn't
the
even
main
I
thing.
didn't even know that was a thing till Colby and Josh brought it up to me. They're like, "Yo, Grover, you need to lock your thing." And I'm like, "What are you talking
Yeah.
about?" They're like, "You need to put a password on it." I'm like, "For what?" Like, no, it's not like anybody's gonna come in here and watch me. He goes, "Yeah, but all someone's got to do is click on it to be a crew chief, and you can kiss the setup goodbye."
and they can like change it and save it, and then you're
Yep.
screwed.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
I
And
did that. I did
it-
that one night to somebody.
I've done that too before. I'm not gonna lie, but it's too. Just to clarify, it's to someone I know. So. But
I may or may not have ruined somebody's Bristol race for him.
Oh, you got 10 stagger? Here, have 14. Have fun turning.
Yeah.
Why do I keep looping?
They had like 8 and 10 tire pressure. Well, by the time I got done, they had like 6 and 8, and no fuel.
Burger, dude.
Oh, it'd be the worst. Mess with their fuel.
Yeah.
Yeah, but at Bristol, all you got to do is go in.
Right, the only track you can do that.
Except
that's the
fix
worst.
that crap.
Except
the
for when
worst
your
thing
crew
about that
chief's
track.
on.
You know how many times it's bit me in the butt? You go in for repairs and then you forget to click it, and like, oh, you got 30 gallons of fuel and 4
Yeah.
new tires.
Well, there was that one race though. It helped you.
Yes and no.
Like it didn't get super slick. It was still tacky. So that extra weight, it seemed like it helped you, because you went around me on the high side like it was nothing.
Yeah. You can have an advantage, but definitely slows you the hell down.
I wish they would allow that though at other tracks too. So if you do forget your setup or whatever.
Yeah, Braden
Yeah.
Baker just did that at Lernerville in the last race I was in. Started on the
Yeah.
pole and left his heat setup in.
That's what Joe was telling me.
Yeah. Yeah, Joey started like 15th in that race, and he finished in front of me in second.
Yeah.
I did that when I was on BBR. I did that at Lanier. You guys know Randy Post.
Yeah.
Yeah, Randy.
So we're racing at Lanier, and I beat him in the heat race. Or he beat me in the heat race, and I'm starting like 60, starting like second or something. And I forgot my heat setup in for the feature. And I blew by
Passed him.
everybody
Yep.
the
I did that
first
at
lap.
Knoxville.
I was like, dude, I'm ripping. And I can see Randy like gaining on me, and I'm like, come on, let's go, let's go. All of a sudden, I got no power, and I'm like lugging, and I'm like, oh, are you kidding me? I did not just do this. And Randy just died laughing. He goes, you stupid moron, what are you doing?
Yeah.
I'm like,
Dude,
my bad.
I did it with Cody at Eldora in back-to-back races.
Oh,
In
jeez.
both races, I started on the pole, too.
Well,
Talk about a nut kick.
dude, it's a good feeling though when you get going and you're
Oh,
like,
you're hauling
you're like,
ass, yeah.
woo, dude, these guys ain't touching me. Call
And
me
then-
Ricky Bobby.
And then everyone knows that you're out of fuel.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, exactly.
And then
Funniest
you're
thing.
like, oh, fuck.
No, I just
no one has to
started
say a
doing.
word.
I
Nope.
just started. If I run out of fuel like that, I just junk my car, make it look like I wrecked.
Yeah.
When
Make
I
it as
get that
believable as
2 to go,
possible.
dude. Yep.
That's the worst thing ever. I think we raced Kokomo when I first got on. And I was like, all right, I'm in the lead of my heat. And the car starts, you can start getting the sputtering, and you're like, what? Did my car just die? No, out of fuel.
See what sucks.
Nothing worse than forgetting to change your set.
I think what's worse for me is, I'll admit it, I'm a shit talker on iRacing. Like, I love to flip people's shit. Like, I don't do it in a bad way, but like, I mean, Ryan, you know it. I've seen you in there, and I'll flip you shit or whatever. These
Yeah.
guys know it. Well, we're racing with Joe last night at Lernerville, and Joe sends it off the backstretch. And I'm like, haha, old man, you don't got your bifocals on, do you? Next corner, I loop it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, are you
Karma.
kidding me? And Colby's like, see, this is what you get for not knowing how to talk shit. And I'm like,
You gotta back it up.
right?
Yeah.
But no, it's, I don't know. What's your opinion on that? Because there's a lot of it that goes on in iRacing.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah.
Would you
I
say?
mean,
What would you say though? Is it worse than a Call of Duty lobby?
Not
Sometimes.
modern Call of Duty now. Back then that was worse
Yeah.
than this.
Yeah.
Because I mean, you have to refrain from some stuff on here. That there was no admins. There was no one that could watch and
Yeah.
report you.
Yeah.
You could.
I
I don't
yeah.
know.
I swear there's guys that do it on purpose in iRacing, though, because they know it freaking annoys people.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And they won't
And
get
then-
anything for it.
So-
Joey,
And then you've got guys that they just love hearing their own voice, so they never shut up.
Yeah.
I will say Joey is one of the people who he never shuts up, but he's funnier than hell.
Yep.
Like
Stevens.
he will talk the whole time. He'll flip you shit. He'll flip the leader shit when he's chasing him down. He'll be like, "Oh, you gotta go faster. You gotta go faster. Oh, you tapped the wall.
Yeah.
I'm coming to the bottom." And then he'll go to the top
Yeah.
and just tub him.
It-
Bryce,
It gets
Bryce
in your head. It
Leach
throws
is the
you off.
worst with chat.
So is Blake. Blake is pretty
Yeah.
bad too. But I love when Blake's in there because Blake will just sit there and flip you shit the whole time and back it up.
Yep.
Yeah, but that's the main thing. You gotta back it up when you do that.
Yeah.
Now
You get
there
Bryson
is.
Davies in the same lobby. Oh man.
Oh god.
Yeah.
It's go
In
time.
okay, anybody with Davies in the same lobby, I
Yeah.
feel like though. Davies just goes
Yeah.
off. Another one, Bryce Honstein. Bryce Honstein
Bryce is
loves
a
the
troll.
dude. He
Yeah.
trolls so, especially with Wenzel when he's streaming. That is his favorite person.
That's just
Bryant.
anyone though. Wenzel's the guy who's been racing for 13 years.
Yeah.
He's been
since
racing
the
for a
game came
long
out.
time. Yeah.
And everyone knows him. And
Yep.
you can mess around with him and he'll take it and he streams, so that's a good thing. You can go in there and just joke around with him.
Yeah,
Yep.
and he laughs about it. That's the best part.
At the end of the day, everyone gets along with him. It's just
Well, and Mel Dunn too. Going back to Joey last night at
Yeah.
Lernerville. Last night at Lernerville, he's like, "I'll give someone $10 whoever takes out Joey." Well, somebody wrecked Joe Kaiser, and he goes, "Whoever wrecked Joe, that's the wrong Joe. I said Joey."
Yeah.
And Joey's like, "Mel, shut up."
Where was I?
Yeah.
Oh, I was probably working, wasn't I?
Yeah.
Oh, go.
I think since like Monday, Mel really likes Lernerville. Everyone likes Lernerville. You can't go wrong with it.
Well, and then
I
you can
like
run.
that.
You can run bottom, top, middle towards the end of the race.
Yep.
It's a 5-lane
Yep.
track.
For me, I'll be middle about the whole time. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I'll hit the top in 3 and 4. 3 and 4, I'm fine with. It's 1 and 2 that scares
That
me.
last race, dude, I ran every line possible.
Well, see, and it's crazy because I watched Colby, so I'm following Colby. Me and Colby are running the same line, and he's just a little bit faster than me till one lap. He like diamonded it. He came in at the middle and shot down. I'm not
Yep,
kidding you,
yep.
dude. He wheelied over the grass and then drops it on the backstretch and just takes off. And I'm like, I'm gonna try this. Nope, didn't work for me.
You never follow Colby and be like, I'm gonna try that.
Yeah,
You're
no,
not gonna make it work.
no. But Colby's not scared to junk it. Colby doesn't care if he junks
He doesn't
it.
care.
As
But-
long
and
as he
that's the
doesn't take
thing.
somebody else out.
Most people care, but I
Yeah.
think that comes with everything.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like you gotta have some fun. So you
Ex-
just can't care at some points.
Right.
Is there any
But-
races where I mean, I guess there's been hosted ones where we've done and we don't care if me, you, and Waxthal would just sit there and wreck each other. Even
Yeah.
even practices before the race. I see
yeah.
you us trying to straight line us half the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a video posted of proof.
I mean, Lernerville's that track, and practice before it goes to official practice. We're all sending it over the turn
Dukes of
4.
Hazard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
turn
Yeah.
4 trying to land it
Some
on the
fun
haulers.
somehow. Or Lucas Oil, we're jumping over each other coming out of the pits.
Yeah.
Ashton will jump in and he'll be like, I thought you said go, Bo, go.
Your dad actually just commented to Ryan. He goes, Ryan, what's your favorite track?
Ooh,
That's-
there you go.
Weed sport.
Weeds.
Weed sport.
All right,
Sport's
get
fun.
get him out of the Discord. Kick him out of here.
That used
the
to
only-
be one of my favorites.
Well, no. I'll second that though. Weed sport is fun though. That's not a track you can't
No,
pin,
dude.
even on the straights. Like you can't.
And
Yeah.
that's the reason why it's so technical. Only certain
Mhm.
people are good there.
Yep.
Like when
Dude.
I did my pro qualifying, the one race with me and Ashton, Weed sport, I ended up winning the Weed sport one, and I was
Same
like,
as me,
I've
yeah.
never won at Weed sport ever, and I was like,
I won. I won
okay.
second split pro qualifier. That was another boost of confidence. I think.
I got wrecked for second lap.
Yeah. And I'm racing with
Yeah.
I'm racing with one of the kings at Weed Sport, Cardoza. So
Yeah.
he knows everything about
Where
that track.
speaking of, where's Cardoza been the last
I
month?
haven't seen him in a while.
I think he got banned.
Did he?
Oh my god.
You know, he was working with EPI, and then I think he left, and I haven't seen him.
You got
See,
sucked
and-
into TikTok.
Yeah,
Yeah.
see, and I don't mind Landon. I love flipping him shit. I love giving him crap because I'll turn on my mic and I'll just be like, bah, at him
Yeah.
because he shows
and
sheep
that's what
and
he's
stuff.
known by.
Yep.
That's
Yep.
what he's known by.
And then okay, so I'm gonna go off like what your dad said too. Like, what instead of your favorite, what's your least favorite?
Ooh,
Least favorite?
Bristol.
Probably Bristol.
Yeah.
Probably Bristol. Yeah.
you're losing my respect here. No, I'm just kidding.
I don't know. It's a toss up. Bristol and Knoxville. It's just,
Mhm.
but and you
Yeah.
have bad tracks. I mean, they're your least favorite, but they're some of your best tracks in the game.
Yeah.
Like pro, I went, as I said, 17th to 6th. Who in the world thought of that?
Yeah.
That was just pure skill,
Knoxville.
I'd say.
Knoxville cushion, when's it gonna bite you? That's why I hate it.
I,
It's
I-
old.
Same. Yeah. But if you're good there, you're always good there. I don't know.
Okay.
There's not a real bad track on the game.
So
No.
going off a track, what about car? Would you much rather 360 or 410?
Definitely 410.
Yeah.
And I've said this in previous like interviews that race multiple cars and that have different leagues. Apex, for one example, they race a 360 on Wednesday and 410 on Thursday. And I
Yeah.
Yep.
much rather prefer the 410. It's just better racing. In 360, it's just it doesn't slick the track off as fast,
Yeah.
and you have to put a high gear in just to be quick, which
Mhm.
Yep.
doesn't make sense. But
Yeah, it's funny. I'm still debating if I want to run Apex or not. I don't know. We'll see. I'm
uh,
thinking about it.
was well, I didn't know what the payout was, so I was just trying to get practice for pro, and I
Yeah.
fortunately got $100, and then we're getting invited into a Discord call, and he calls out the payouts, and the winner gets 600. I didn't know that, so
Yeah.
I will say Apex. Like just watching the couple races I did, I think the one Knoxville race I watched, it looks like it's really good practice for pro, just because of how slick the
oh,
tracks get.
Well, the way
for
he does
sure.
it too, it's good practice for Pro Series because he usually follows the schedule.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
gonna get a lot of the pro guys in there running it for that reason.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Of
it can be a
course.
shit show of a league, but at the same time,
Show
it's
me a
also
league.
can be really good.
Show me a league though that isn't.
Exactly.
Exactly.
It's
But
just
leagues are where you
way
get your
you,
practice and your
yeah, it's
experience.
Yep.
and when you treat it, you're not gonna get an official track like you are in a league.
Right.
No.
And
It's
it's
not
not,
gonna happen.
And
and
the
it's not
thing
going to kill your
iRacing,
iRating either. So it's,
yeah, and
Yeah.
the thing iRacing does is they have two different run-in types. For a league
Yep.
and a hosted, it's the same, and official, it's way different.
Yep.
Just the amount, like the multiplier of how fast the slick comes in is different than the officials.
What's
Yeah.
weird
Which
is
makes
like Lernerville this week. I haven't seen it get super slick yet. And
mhm.
then this last race I ran in the heat race, I was like, this track's gonna go black. And next thing you know, feature, it was black.
yeah.
But it was
Yeah.
awesome. It was good racing.
And
That's when
that's the
it brought
thing.
in those lines, you know?
That's the thing with night racing. Night racing
Yeah.
is terrible for tracks to slick off. Day will always be the best. Day
Yep.
Lernerville 360s is one of the best races they've put on. They pull
Agreed.
40 cars every single race. So
Was that the one race? I think we watched. So I can't remember who was racing you. I think you were top, and the other guy was bottom, and it was just even through the whole race. I think it was Apex, wasn't it?
that was Apex. That was me and
It
Joey.
was
Yeah.
Helms. Yeah, Helms was
Yeah,
bottom.
yeah,
You
yeah.
were top.
Me and Kenny were in there. Kenny is one of the best at Lernerville that I've seen. He
Mhm.
can definitely back it up in officials and leagues, and that's
That was
another track I do wish was on pro, but since World Racing Group doesn't allow it to be a grade 1 track for World of Outlaws, they don't go there,
yeah.
Yeah.
which is the worst thing about that. But yeah, we going into that night, we kind of knew John was going to put a bottom set in. That's the thing. You expect it, you know it, and I never leave that middle line. I never leave
No.
it, and it's always there. It's
Yeah,
always
that,
there.
that's like
See,
when I was
that's
racing 410s, I was middle. And
Mhm.
that same thing goes for 360s. I'll be middle, just because
It
it's
was
Yeah.
that was one of the best races to watch though. Like you guys were
Back and
battling
forth.
to the
Yep.
end, back
that
and
was
forth.
that was
and
hands down. Yeah, probably the best.
it was good,
And
clean
then
race
racing.
I watched.
I think it was like a caution with like 6 to go, and
Yeah.
my mom comes in my room, or I call her or something, and she's like, "Just keep doing your thing. You know you're faster." And I kick it into it, and that's when it kicked it up. Like that was another race that just built the confidence. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's what you have to have. So
Yep.
other than, sprint cars, stuff like that you're trying to go pro in, what car do you like just to get in and goof around in?
I definitely say the midgets.
The
They're
midgets?
one of the worst worst cars on the sim.
Yeah.
That's dirt, but I don't own much road or oval stuff. Just the stuff you need to get your license up and
Have
whatever.
fun or yeah.
Have fun, yeah. But I definitely say the midgets. Tanner Pettit, my teammate, and Joey host a lot of those races up, and we just have
Yep.
fun. Pull 30 to 40 cars a race and throw
Yeah.
sliders with each other.
Yeah. You like Chili
Because
Bowl.
they're poorly built, so you can't get good racing out of them, except
Let's
funny racing.
That was a good point, Ashton. Let's talk about that. You ran a pretty big Chili Bowl event too this year. You kind of want to talk about that a little bit?
Oh yeah, the Tanner Holmes Chili Bowl.
Yeah.
They did it last year, I think it was, and they put money for it. So, well, a lot more people put in for that race, and there wasn't a lot that did this one. But I beat a former pro. Well, this season's pro, Bryce Lucius, and we went back and forth. He was on my tail tank the whole race, pushing me around the track. I knew he was quicker, and I'm not gonna block him for it. He's got to get around me somehow, and I just made it work. But that was another good one. Unfortunately, he didn't post it on YouTube, but I think that would have been another good kickstart in my career. So
Yeah.
Do you plan
Usually, I'm
on?
surprised he didn't, because usually he puts those on his YouTube.
yeah.
I know we did have my money race. We canceled that, but I see CFM's putting on a big sprint car race. So you kind of got that in the
Yeah.
books for this year.
Pretty funny, and I mean, I know Mojols will never see this probably because he doesn't. I know he doesn't like me, but I think I'm banned from CFM Discord, so I can't join that race until he unbans me.
Here, you want?
Really?
Hey, hold on. You want my account? I'll let you run it under me.
Just send me an invite, see if I'm banned or not. 'Cause I just
I'll
can't seem to
I'll
get
let
in
you
there.
I'll let you race under my account. We'll just split the money.
Yeah, I don't know. I want to do a couple of those, but that's what attracts people. Money races.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're always good races. Like last night, there was a $1,500 to win late model race, and you got sprint car guys in there competing for the top spot. So
Yeah. Well, and I think one of the guys too that, in my opinion, you guys might disagree, Dylan Yeager, the kid's won almost everything there is to win on the sim.
yeah, he's on one of the biggest lists that have won a Pro Series late model and sprint car race.
Yep.
Yep.
There's only a select few that can do that, which is just
Bergeron.
Yeah. Well,
Blake.
yeah. Let's talk about that. Bergeron. I mean, he NASCAR, late models, sprint cars. What else?
Yeah.
You know.
I think he
think
was a
road.
pro in all four. I think he was
Yeah.
a pro in all four disciplines.
I think he's the
before.
only one.
Yep.
One of the only, yeah. And
Yeah.
like with Majolas and Evan C, they have CFM, and they're the only two to hold 10,000 I rating.
Yeah.
But I don't know. That's insane to me.
I think I saw Barbara got it recently,
Yeah.
but I haven't looked to see if he's held it or not.
No, he didn't hold it. He's at
He didn't hold it?
99, I think.
Yep.
Okay. But yeah,
But he
Evan
races-
and Blake both, you know.
He races a lot more than them, so.
Yeah.
And you get that with the type of racing we have now.
So growing
Yep.
up, this will be kind of one of the final questions, and we'll wrap her up. But growing up, who did you look up to, racing wise? Like, who was one of your favorite guys to watch growing up?
I'd say Sammy Swindell.
Get him
but
out of
just
this
as-
disc. Get him out of here, dude. Get him out of here.
That's growing up. That's growing up, but now definitely Brad Sweet.
Okay.
I've loved Brad Sweet ever since he got in the Napa car. That was a couple
No
years
wonder
back.
you and Joe are best buddies.
Excuse me while I go
Right.
vomit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He,
I am
he
one of the
likes
biggest.
he likes the old guy in Carrot Top.
Yeah.
No,
I would
that's
forever be
that was
a
a good
big fan
driver.
of him. I
Oh
would
yeah,
forever-
dude. Brad's very
big fan,
consistent,
yeah.
and
Consistent.
honestly, yeah, and that's I was just gonna say I see a lot of traits where I mean,
Young
look
Donnie.
at you, look at you this year in the Pro Series. You were consistent. Almost, I mean, you'd start about 15th, you'd finish anywhere from 8th to 12th. It seemed like
Yep.
every week.
And I think I could have competed for a win. It was all back to qualifying.
Yep.
But
Yeah. And there
that-
was a lot of races where you got chopped late in the race that,
Uh-huh.
you know, cost you it. And it's going to come with the racing.
But
I-
it always felt good to beat Bergeron, right? It always felt good to
Yeah.
beat Majulis or
Yep.
people that have been in the series for 3 years now.
Well,
Yeah,
not only
but-
that, but been on iRacing for how long?
Exactly, and to hold the license above those guys, that's a pretty big accomplishment.
It's
Yep.
like we were looking at stats the other night on that iRacing companion app, and I pulled it up, and I'm
Mhm.
like, let's look at Bradley compared to Colby. You know, because
Yeah.
to me, you know, like I said, going back to high roller, you, Colby, Gunner. I know a lot of people don't like Gunner, but you know that's who the top dogs were in that league. So I'm looking at Bradley's stats compared to Colby's, and I'm like, dude, Bradley's blowing Colby out of the water, and Bradley's only been on the sim for like 3 years.
Yeah.
And how old is it for iRacing? Is it any age?
For pro to earn money, it's 13.
Yeah.
You have
Okay,
to
so
sign
Bradley
a-
could do it next year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Rumsey was turning 13, or he was like 12 and 11 months or something like that, and he won a race or got a podium and couldn't claim the money because he was not old enough.
Yep.
See, they should do what like other sports do, like where they put it like in a trust fund or like a college fund.
Yeah, that'd
Something
be
like
kind of
that, yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
But it
Well,
does make sense why they do that because it's straight. It's
Yep.
direct,
Yeah.
well, and like
and you're
your
earning that.
name's so your name's on iRacing. Do they send that money to you then, or does it go to your parents?
Um, I couldn't tell you.
Okay.
I think you just get it. I don't know. I mean, I haven't earned money off of
Yeah,
professional series yet, so
because I know they
just
say you got to be a certain age to have iRacing. Well, you see a lot of
yeah,
kids with their real names on there that are
Aren't.
barely
don't.
even, yeah, can't even get a permit yet.
Yeah, I'm fortunate enough to get mine this year, so
Your permit?
uh,
Oh yeah, I
yeah,
suppose California's 16, huh?
I got mine at
15
yeah.
for permit,
15?
16 for license.
I was
I
gonna
got
say
mine
Which is
at
weird,
4.
like with Hoper's kid, you know? At
I got
14?
I
Yeah,
got
I
my
got mine at 14.
I got mine at
Damn.
12.
When?
Because
What?
yeah, North Dakota has a farm law.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of
So
that.
I
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
able to, I was driving into school at 14 by myself and everything else, and
Yep.
when you get pulled over, it's, oh, I'm going back to the farm. Well, really, we were going out to drink behind a
Yep.
buddy's old barn or something. Like
Yeah.
we weren't actually going to work, but small. I grew up in a town of 2,000 people, if that. Cops knew who you were. They knew who your parents were, and it was more so just don't tell mom and dad, otherwise you knew you were getting
Yep.
busted.
Right.
Um, what is your what's the story behind your number?
Brad Sweet actually.
I was
Sweet.
kidding.
Okay. I didn't know if maybe
Uh,
family number and
I had a
Brad
hunch.
Sweet just happened to be.
no, it was I want to say 2 months into the sim when I asked Colby to be on the team or him just to help me and uh my dad goes, Make your account, make it what you want to do. Ask Colby if you can run the number and see if it works." And I said, I can just run any number," and he goes, "Yeah." So, uh, 49. That's a there's a lot of stuff behind 49, not just in real life, but I mean, I've made that my number. So,
Yep.
Stuck with it.
mhm,
What about you, Casey?
Mine was my middle school football number that just stick.
Okay.
It gets
So-
stuck. I don't know. Like I was originally one to do because I will admit, like when I was growing up watching NASCAR, I loved Casey Kane. I was gonna do the number 9.
Yep.
And I was like, I feel like it's just too common. So I was like, you don't see a lot of cars running the number 54. So
See, so
Yeah,
fun
Randy.
fun
Growing up,
fact,
yeah.
dude.
Besides
my
Randy,
my
Yeah.
high school number was 54.
yeah.
So middle school I was 49, high school I was 54. But I ended up
Like,
going 57.
It was either 54 or I was going to do 14 because my favorite hockey player at the time was number 14 on Vancouver. And I was kind of like, 14, I feel like it's just a weird number. And
Yeah.
let's just do something a little higher up the chain. Do something a little different.
What's yours, Ashton? Because you always finish second. You can't ever get the win, so you gotta
No.
have 2 number ones or what?
That was always my sports number and everything other than football, but mainly baseball. And it was the year I graduated high school.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's always been my favorite number.
Well, and you
that's pretty-
switched because you were 11M for a while.
Yeah, I just hadn't put it on this car and then just decided not to.
Okay.
I never had a letter behind my number before. Never.
Yeah,
Like
never.
I don't know, certain numbers you need a number. It looks like.
Yeah,
Like,
that's why I
almost.
always did with this one because it's a pretty common number.
Well, no,
Um,
if I felt
but-
if I didn't with mine, it was gonna be Kyle Larson wannabe,
Right.
Yeah.
all that, and it was a family number or letter. X
Right.
has always been in the family since I was
Well,
young,
then,
so
Growing up, Kinzer was one of my favorite drivers too, and he was
yep.
number 11.
Easy. I'm still streaming.
Yeah, woman.
All right, Grandma, look.
Quitter, I'm gonna put the camera on you in your nightgown. We'll give the
Got the
fans
moo-moo.
something else to see.
And that's another reason too behind the numbers. Like, I didn't want to choose a common number and then have to put a letter behind it. 'Cause
Yeah.
I've never been a fan with the letters.
Well, and there's not a lot of people on iRacing that run a 54.
besides like me and Randy in Salt Lake, really.
You see the 57 a lot because it is Kyle Larson. You see the 49 a lot because it's
Brad Sweet.
Carrot Top.
Yeah.
Well, and 11 I feel is a very common number also.
Yep.
Denny Hamlin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so
Or as I like to call Russ Kaiser.
You know, speaking of that, you a NASCAR fan? Did you grow up watching NASCAR?
Yeah, my grandpa, my mom's side, so they watch NASCAR a lot. They don't watch it now because of the stages. So
Yep.
Yeah, nope,
I
I'm
don't
the
like
same
that
way.
That's
either.
what
watch
lost it for me. I can't do the stages. It drives me
Yeah.
nuts.
yeah, I mean it kind of gives it character, but it's cool to see the endurance that the drivers
Yeah.
have.
I
The
don't like
only-
the cars either.
The only
So-
NASCAR races I will watch are Daytona, Talladega, Auto Club,
All-Star
big
race,
speedways,
yeah.
All-Star. I love Charlotte.
See, Martinsville's
Yeah.
the one track that I'll
Yeah.
always watch.
Dude,
I can't do Martinsville. It's
I
so
love
small.
Martinsville.
I can't
I
do the
was
tiny
I was
tracks.
never of watching Martinsville until after Ross Chastain this year, and it's won me over completely. And I
See, it
find
was always
it
my
funny.
favorite on the games, so.
I find it funny though that they banned that move because it's like, what's the big deal?
There's
You
a
know-
rule. I can't remember what the rule states, but there's something in the rule book. I think I can't remember. They were talking about it.
It was like unfair advantage,
Yeah,
but that
it's a
relates
whole-
back to the car, something like that too.
But I mean,
Yeah.
you think about it. Look at, I mean, yellow line rule. They put that into effect after the passing through the grass and stuff like that. And it's like,
Right.
why though? Why not let them? You know what I mean? Let them go 8 wide coming to the finish line through the grass.
Yeah,
It's their whole safety thing.
Yeah.
They're,
that too.
they're gonna get a whole bunch of backfire on it if they don't.
That was
Well,
like
They just rather not deal with it.
It's like Larson said though. He feels safer in a sprint car than he does the newer NASCARs,
Yeah.
which
And that's
is
sad.
sad. That is very
that is sad.
Yeah.
I mean, into the duel, I think it was duel 2 for NASCAR, the Daytona 500. Bush smacked the wall and his head went like all the way to the
Yeah, I've seen that. Yep.
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
the thing. That should not happen.
No.
No.
There should be.
And honestly, my opinion, the safest NASCAR that was ever around, and yeah, Earnhardt died in it, but was that year because the cars. I mean, look how hard he hit the wall, and his car really didn't look as bad
Wasn't
as
that bad.
it's the
Yeah.
open face helmet and all the other safety things that went into it. And I think that's what they should have focused on more instead of, oh, let's build a lighter car, let's do this.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
I,
then
I
they
don't
went
think
and-
I don't think they expect him to crash that much too.
Well, and I think at the time they didn't have the what's in between the walls, like the
Oh, the safer barriers, the
yeah,
styrofoam
they,
and
they
stuff.
didn't have that at the time either.
Yep.
It was just straight wall.
Well,
Mhm.
but they say when you hit that thing going over 100 miles an hour, those
It's a lot of
styrofoams,
force.
yeah, they say it's basically concrete still.
Yo.
Nothing will ever be safe. I mean,
No.
that's
No.
just the risk you take with racing.
It's
Yeah.
well, and I think that's any sport. Look at football. I mean, yeah, sure they don't hit as hard as they did in the 90s with, bigger pads and stuff, but it's any sport. Baseball, I mean, you're getting a 100-mile-an-hour pitch thrown at you. You get domed in the head. Yeah, you got a helmet on. You can still die from it.
Yo.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, it could rock you up bad.
so let's talk also quick on that. You play any other sports growing up?
Yeah, I played every sport there was: baseball, soccer, basketball. I don't know. It was just fun. That's what every kid wants to do. They want to be a pro sports player. They want
Right.
to they want to do
Yeah.
something like that. And then I got pretty unfortunate with something that had to do way back then, and it's coming back to me now. So I'm unfortunately cannot play sports anymore. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, that's pretty bad because I'm not gonna be able to play high school sports. So,
Yeah.
but I have this, so I'm making
Yeah, you
money
get
as I
this.
do it.
Yo.
I never
Yeah.
played high school sports. I was just there to go get my,
Yeah.
I wanted to just get out of there. I didn't
It's
really.
fun.
Yeah.
I look back on it. It was fun, but
What's a
I really
diploma?
regret it.
Yeah, exactly. That explains.
Hey,
I
the
regret
funny
playing football.
funny part is I don't got a diploma and I'm still making more than you, Casey.
Oh, soon. Yeah, I'm still going. I'm going to college though. Give me get my welding degree and then be like, suck on these nuts, Grover.
Like compare Grover.
I don't know. What'd you bring? What's your monthly? Because I can tell you what I
Leave
brought
that
in.
alone.
I was gonna say I can tell you what I brought in last month, and mine's not taxed. I probably shouldn't say that on here now. It's
That's yeah.
oh,
Yeah,
my,
dude.
Shut up, Grover.
my FBI agent just texted me. I gotta give my
Yeah.
social security now.
I hate taxes.
It's so stupid. And I'm sure Ryan, I'm sure yours is probably worse than any of ours. Your guys' taxes down in being
Yeah,
in Cali. Pretty soon
that's
you guys are gonna have to go out of state to buy a generator.
I don't get into that stuff. I'm not at that age yet, so
Yeah.
don't have to rely on that. But
What's
uh,
your what's your plan after high school?
uh, race car driver. Back to road. I'd say that's want to get started in that. There's schools for that, and uh, I don't know. They just you can learn off of it. You can gain experience from doing this, and there's series is on iRacing that get you help started into real life
Yeah.
racing. They give out scholarships, so.
Yep. And there's a
But
lot of road courses in Cali.
a lot of learning courses too.
Yeah, my favorite
Uh,
road
yeah.
course is in California, Laguna.
yeah, we're gonna go to the IMSA race this year
Ooh.
Yeah.
there. So
Well, do you have any advice for anybody who's just starting out on the sim?
just practice laps. Definitely get like you and your friends, or get some friends to go behind you and
Push you.
just push. Yeah, motivate yourself. Always look to get better. Don't just practice one track. It's never gonna get you good. Join races, even if you're low I rating. I don't know.
Run
Reach
hosted.
out, reach out. That's the best thing I can say. You have to ask for help. You can never just learn yourself, I'd say.
Yep.
But
Okay.
Worst
yeah,
they're
Yeah.
gonna
I
say is
mean,
no.
exactly, and you always have another chance. So
Yeah.
the reset button's free.
I was
So
gonna say
there
we
you
gotta hit the
go.
reset button.
Well, guys, if you're
Yeah.
looking to get any of Ryan Avila's merch, head on over to 213simware.com. Also, check out his Facebook page. I believe it's Ryan Avila, number 49, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
Um,
it's all the same there, just my name and the number. So
so check that out. But that's gonna close it out for us tonight. I think I'm gonna go try and beat Ryan in some officials.
hey,
So,
Good luck.
I'll let you join some tonight.
I wish
all
I
right,
could be running an official.
all right, guys, you have an awesome week. Stay tuned for next week's guest star, and enjoy the rest of your guys' week.